Hey you guys, Comment Saturday. Today's topic, we're looking at the 5 elements of the Chinese martial arts, okay? Now this, the 5 element theory is very important not only in martial arts but in Chinese medicine and philosophy. You know, it's a very, very key concept, okay? So in the internal martial art Xingyi, you've got 5 elements and 5 strikes that go along with it, 5 personalities. Okay, now those of you who read my book, you know I've added 3 more. Okay, because just to encompass all strikes, all right, and all deflections and things like that. Okay, but for the 5 element theory, we'll just stick with the basic 5. Okay, so we've got metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. Okay, that's called a creative cycle. Okay, so like you know, from metal, right, it melts down, right, and there's water, right. From water it grows wood, the earth. Wood burns, okay, and then it goes back into the earth. Okay, so you see there's also a destructive cycle. Okay, but for now we'll just stick with the creative cycle. Okay, and one other thing too is these elements, they all correspond with organs in the body too. So when you got metal, all right, that corresponds with lungs. All right, when you got water, that's kidneys. All right, wood would be liver. All right, fire would be heart, and then earth is stomach and spleen. All right, so you know, in ancient times, a lot of martial arts masters were also Chinese doctors. Okay, because if you knew how to how the body works, you knew how to heal the body. It means you can also hurt the body too. Okay, and that's the thing. And also in those days, people didn't really make much money from martial arts teaching. Okay, so their livelihood was often medicine. Okay, all right. So in terms of when you look at the martial art of Xingyi, how do these look in terms of the actual fist strikes? Okay, well, metal, the first one, is chopping. Okay, and so the basic strike. And now it can be any kind of chop, any angle, but the basic technique would be here and then it's down. So the hands will come back, reel them in, forward, and then down. Okay, what I'm not doing is this. I'm not going here and going, oh, right? As soon as I clear this hand, it's going down. So this is like a strike too, or deflection. Okay, that kind of thing. So you know, try to have that economy of motion. Okay, everything you do should always have a purpose. All right, you don't ever want to have any void movements. Okay, so that's metal. Okay, water is next. Now water is associated with a drilling personality. Drilling. Okay, so that can be here. Okay, the basic one is like coming forward, extending the body, and hand stays down, and then it turns up towards the end. Comes here, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, down, up. So you get that drilling. Okay, all right. But keep in mind, it can also be that's drilling as a punch as well. Okay, that doesn't have to be. Remember, one thing is that these are just personalities. All right, and when you learn Xingyi martial art like that, you know, or central line boxing, like I teach, okay, you're only learning a personality, but and the basic strike, but it can be anything. Okay, so we did the chopping, it can be here, right? Yeah, it can also be here. It can also be down here. It can be horizontal, right? It can here. It can even be like a roundhouse kick. You know, that's still chopping personality. It's chopping, right? Leg, right? Chop up here to the groin kick. There's an upward chop, right? Boom, boom, right? So, you know, it's a personality. It's not only one way of doing it. Okay. Number 3 would be crushing personality, and that's essentially like the Wing Chun style punch when it comes out like a piston. So rather than the drilling that we did with the water, all right, the water element and the drilling, now it's just crushing. It just goes out like a pile driver, go right out. Boom, okay, but very important that when that comes out, just like in Wing Chun, the other hand pulls back. Okay, right? And that's the thing. So you're trying to drive through the person, and you're using the hips, the waist, to really drive through. Okay. And remember that. So that's a crushing personality, wood element. All right, and that is also affects the liver. Okay. Then we have exploding personality. This is the fire element, exploding. Okay, and so here we have this: turn the body, come in, and extend as we explode. So from here, explode. Here, explode. So see, so I compress the body. So the legs are compressed here into I curl up into a little ball almost right here. Compress, expand, we can explode, because you can't explode, you can't expand unless you compress first. It can't be here, I'm gonna expand now, right? No, you know, you have to really train it, okay? So you got here, compress, boom, okay? Here, there's like a parry, outside parry, and a strike there. I'm exploding into my opponent, boom, okay? All right, but again, remember, this is a broad concept, okay? If someone tries to, like, you know, get me on like a liver shot here, I might take it here, I compress, right, and I right away come back with an uppercut maybe, right? I'm taking advantage of that compression. He's trying to hit me. I absorb it, take the solar sting off, right? And I use that energy against him. Okay. Right? See, so there's that exploding energy. Okay. All right. And that affects the heart. Okay. And then number 5 is the crossing, the traditional way. There's 2 of them actually, but one of them. So crossing, going across horizontally. Right? Another way is like this. Okay? So the first way is with a rear hand. Second way is with a lead hand. Okay? Crossing. That second one, by the way, is very good for breaking someone's guard. Someone's had their hands up here, and you want to get that down in order to make way for another punch, right? You can come here, right? Kind of get down, and then come in with another strike right away. Boom, boom, right? Similar to, and you know, the thing about these things, these personalities, is you find them in other martial arts too. You know, I used to learn Choi Rei Fun at Hung Gar Kung Fu and at the Hung Luk Kung Fu, not Hung Gar, Hung Luk Kung Fu in Toronto, and you know, they used to do things such as they call the back fist like a Gua Choi. You open the guard up, they do that kind of thing. Okay, so you open up. There's there's the chopping, right? There's some, see, and of course, in real application, it might not be as big as that, but that's how you train it to get the most out of it. Okay, all right. And so yes, and so those are the 5 elements, and you know, within those elements, your plate is full. You know, you have a lot of material there. Okay, because some people will say, well, you only got 5 different kinds of strikes. You know, well, 5 is a lot. Okay, because like I said, right, it can be anything, right? You can chop personality. Okay, crushing personality. All right. Yeah, there's a punch, okay? What about a knee? What about a headbutt? What about an elbow, okay? All right? You know, you can do all kinds of things, all right? So it's wide open, okay? And so once again, you know, a quick recap. 1 second here. So once again, you know, a quick recap, okay? The elements and the organs and the personality, okay? So we've got metal. That's a chopping personality, and that is for your lungs. All right. We have water, a drilling personality, and that's for your kidneys. Okay. Next up, we have wood, and this is a crushing personality, and that's for liver. All right. Then we have fire. Okay, which is the exploding personality. All right, and that's for your heart. all right, and then we have Earth, which is the crossing personality, and that's for your stomach and spleen. Okay, so there's so much to this. Years ago, we had a friend who, well, unfortunately, he passed away from cancer, but during his battle with cancer, he tried to do some of these elements, and it did kind of help. Now, granted, it wasn't enough to help stop the cancer from taking his life, but it did still help him cope, right? Like he would say that sometimes he would try and use water, so he would try and do water to try and cool the heat energy that he had, the fire, right? So he understood some basis of the Chinese medicine and things, and that's the thing. If you have too much heat, you'll use like water herbs, for example, right? Or what if you're too cold? Then you can use fire to heat it up. You see, this is kind of how it all works. I'm not a Chinese doctor, but I mean just to show you how it all ties in with the Chinese medicine and the martial arts. Okay, so the thing about Chinese martial arts is that it's much more than just methods of fighting. It's an entire way of life. Okay, and so when you look at the elements, right? Well, it's all around us. So some people will say to you, everything is kung fu. All right. If I look at a tree over there, all right. Well, what is a tree? That's a wood. Well, there's crushing personality, right? Bing Chuan, right? Okay. So it's all around you. All right. And the same energy that can hurt can also heal as well. The same type of element can also heal. Okay. So it's really complex stuff. Okay, I don't pretend to understand half of it, not even a tenth of it, but at least if I can, give you some of the basic concepts, and if you want to delve further into it, go ahead. All right, but as far as the martial benefits go, and how it relates to martial arts, you can see how it's very broad, and it provides a path for years and years of study. Okay, so anyways, hope you found this useful. Any questions, as always, let me know. Remember, my online course is up live. Okay, and yeah, hope see next coming Saturday will be after Christmas, won't it? So, all right, yeah, I guess it will be. Okay, so anyways, I hope you have a great Christmas. Stay safe. Try not to eat and drink too much. Okay, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay.